Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? So we've got a lot going on today. A lot. I'm just looking at all these points. I think I have like 8 points. I had 9, but we're just going to do the 8. This is really good conversation. But some house cleaning tonight. I will not be doing Friday night flips tonight. I've got to travel a little bit, have some meetings that I have to get to. We also have a lot of development going on. Big baggers, there's a lot going on for Sunday. Sunday is the big bagger meeting at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What that means is that is a private video conference between all of the big baggers where we share all kinds of tips and tricks and everything that we've got going on. One of the biggest topics that we'll be covering is actually the Big Bagger Index. That's right. So if you want to be a big bagger, go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and become a big bagger ASAP. Why? Because we are going to do that. It's just going to be a crazy Sunday. Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am absolutely looking forward to it. All about it. But now let's get into the news. So, the UK Treasury has exempted Ethereum and Solana staking from the set of regulations known as collective investment. That's huge because what they're saying is it's gonna stop them from, having to deal with unnecessary regulation in that space, and they're thinking that it's going to foster innovation. I think the message is that the UK has been cracking down on a lot of things. And I think they're trying to say, hey, we've been cracking down on a lot of stuff, but we actually like crypto. That right there says they like crypto. Or at least they're moving to a place that has more reasonable crypto regulation. What they're clamping down on are fake ads. And they're finding it hard to clamp down on those fake ads. Like they're getting pushback all over the place, but they're trying. It's a better approach than a lot of countries have taken before. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, yeah, UK, do your thing. That's the right decision. Now, for the past week, I've been telling you about Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid has that problem with transparency. They had a problem. Now they have a problem with transparency. And it looks like they just keep taking it on the chin. They just keep taking it on the chin. They just can't get it right. Now, if they can somehow fix the concerns over transparency. The transparency issues stem from centralization issues. People think that Hyperliquid is overly centralized. And I'm like, yeah, if you want to be popular, you want to do something in the crypto space, you had better be leaning toward decentralization. Because anything else is going to definitely put you in the crosshairs of a lot of people just going, yeah, no, don't like that. Don't like that. The idea that crypto is stateless, the idea that crypto is decentralized, that's one of the reasons why Cardano is so damn popular. The level of, I don't think there's any coin on the planet, that's as decentralized as Cardano. Just saying. Cardano's got the right ticket. Definitely got the right ticket. Then you've got a Bitwise survey, and I caught this one, and I was very interested in it because it goes toward future retail, enablement in the crypto space. Their survey says that 56% of U.S. financial advisors are going to recommend crypto in 2025. I sit back and I go, that number's actually kind of low to me. It should be higher. It's not. It's 56% based on their study. But I'm sitting back and I'm going, it should be higher. Because to me, I'm going to tell you the truth. Any financial advisor that's not telling their people go buy crypto, you're an idiot. You should be out of the game. Should be out of the game, like dead serious. When somebody looks at crypto, in 6 months and they go, oh my God, look at where Bitcoin is now, and you didn't get me in on this, I hate you. That's gonna be one hell of a conversation. One hell of a conversation. So yeah, I think the number should be higher. And here's the real problem. It's all about education. Okay? Most people do not understand crypto. And I know I talk about my book all the time, but Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth is all about giving you the foundational knowledge about crypto so that you can feel more comfortable, investing in crypto. And even if you don't invest, it will answer a lot of the questions that you have about crypto. And frankly, if you look at how crypto operates, it'll answer probably a lot of questions about the stock market too. But I think that's the issue. When these financial advisors advise, you should put part of your portfolio into crypto, let me invest in some funds for you that actually carry crypto, blah, 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 blah. If you actually understood crypto, you'd probably want to smack your financial advisor upside the head and be like, oh, no, I'll take care of my own crypto. Thank you. I will go get my own crypto. Thank you. Your first step is to go to a centralized exchange like Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, MEXC, Uphold, whatever, and going to buy crypto. The next stage will be, I'm going to go get myself my own non-custodial wallets, because not your keys, not your crypto. Not your keys, not your crypto. And I don't want somebody else. That's a banking situation. I don't want somebody else holding my money, period. I'll take care of that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thanks a bunch. Other than that, I'm not trying to have that. So those are the stages that I see people going. So, for those people that are brand new to crypto, I can definitely see you listening to your financial advisor, going to get IBIT or one of the other, ETFs that are carrying, Bitcoin or Ethereum. Got it. Totally fine, because you don't know yet. But then I expect you to pick up my book, learn, and be like, oh, I can do this myself. It's that easy. I don't have to pay a fee. Oh, I'll do that. Thank you very much. Because think about it. If you're loaded, if you're rich, and you're using a financial advisor or you're using an ETF, if that ETF comes with a basket of goods, that's why you're buying into an ETF. If that ETF has one thing, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Bitcoin and Ethereum, just those two things, you can do that yourself. There's zero value. Once you understand how it all works, zero value in holding that ETF. That's why I said all mono crypto ETFs, I think they're gonna drop within 5 years. As more and more people understand how they work, there's no reason to have an ETF that's holding Bitcoin or Ethereum. You need an ETF that's going to have a basket of crypto, not just the one or two. You need a basket. If it's not going to be a basket, what's the point? I can go buy that one by myself. Wasn't that a movie? Anyway, so that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm kind of like, so I'm looking at that survey and I'm like, that number should be higher. But if you have a really good financial planner, they're going to be like, you could do that ETF thing. The fee is going to be this. And over time, with the amount of money that you put into it, you're going to wind up paying that. And it kind of negates the purpose of getting in. You could do this yourself. I can understand if it was stocks, bonds, options, whatever, treasuries. I mean, you can do treasuries by yourself, but you can do all that by yourself. But over here, it's managed. That you're talking about a basket of different things in a single fund. That makes sense. But one thing in an ETF, I think they're going to go bye-bye. So I think this is the first stage. I think at some point you're going to see ETFs start to pop up. I mean, these companies aren't stupid. I would imagine that BlackRock's going to come around and be like, we got you all involved in this. You know what? You can go do that yourself. You should actually follow this fund because it takes into account all of these cryptos. But here's the thing. By the time they get around to doing that, there are other indexes that you could pay attention to that you can get into, and you can also buy those cryptos yourself. Just saying. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of that plays out as you start to see more and more financial planners yap about crypto. And mind you, most of those financial planners don't really have a deep dive knowledge base, themselves in crypto. They're learning now. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm all about it. But as they learn, watch their face tick when they go, you can buy that ETF. It's going to be like, you can go do that yourself. A good financial planner is going to be like, I'll take care of your stocks, bonds, options, all that kind of stuff, because it's a basket of stuff. But that one thing, yeah, you know what? You could do that on your own, and here's how you could do it on your own. We have a whole bunch of stuff. Now, mind you, something that I'm paying attention to is the fact that you're going to have E-Trade start to offer crypto. You're going to have, most likely it's going to be rolled out on Thinkorswim, right? For Charles Schwab. So when I sit there and I think about, what's coming for retail, that competition is going to be no joke. That competition is going to be absolutely no joke. So those are things that I'm going to pay attention to. MEXC is not playing games. So for Europe, they're saying, oh yeah, no, you get free USDT trades. Didn't Tether just get kicked out of Europe? How's that going to work? USDT trading for free, deposit rewards, 0 fees on USDC, spot pairs. Uh-huh. Now that's nuts. Because what they're saying is, please onboard your fiat via us. Flip to USDT, flip to USDC, and let's make it happen. It's not the biggest, they're not even close to being the biggest, exchange on the planet. But they are working on being one of the biggest. They're moving in the right direction. Them, crypto.com, they're making the right moves. Definitely making the right moves. Binance, of course, is the biggest. I'm still waiting to see what the new name for Binance Labs is going to be, since CZ is going to take over Binance Labs and leave Binance alone. That is going to be interesting. You're talking about a really smart guy who's going to be running an investment arm. Wow. That might be somebody you might want to pay attention to in terms of what he's investing in and things like that. That's going to be interesting. I'd love to sit down and have lunch or dinner with that guy, just to chew the fat and see how he thinks. I don't need to know what he's investing in, but more about how does he think? How does he approach situations? I'm willing to bet that he does more and more research every day. Every day. I challenged, the Crypto Overflow crew, people that tune in regularly on the Crypto Overflow at night. It's my live. I challenge them to study, to do their own research at least 15 minutes a day. That is investing in yourself. That is investing in yourself, and that's what I challenge you to do. Right? So please go do that. Then report back and say, hey, I got into investing. I got into investing in myself. I did my own research. These are the things that I found. When next time you have a topic or you need a topic, let's talk about that because I'm interested. That's big. That's big. Right? So there's the challenge. And then come back, drop me a note. Hey, I'm taking you up on that challenge because it's the GMB3, right? Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and invest deliberately. That's the GMB3. That is the GMB3. You know what? I was actually thinking I wasn't going to do a live tonight. You know what? I will do a live tonight. I absolutely will do a live tonight. Have to. There's too much news coming out. You'll see when we start going over numbers. There's just too much news coming out for me not to do, to do that. We've got the employment report is coming out at 8:30 a.m. That's going to crush the market, I think. So I'm expecting a dip. I just don't know how big that dip is going to be. It depends on how far off the numbers are, but I'm expecting a dip. Plus it's, you sell on Fridays. So I'm expecting a dip today. And I was actually thinking about, should I sell some stuff? Even if I'm already making money, should I sell some stuff? Let that dip happen, buy back in. I'm thinking today might be that day since I'm really expecting a dip today. So right now, we'll go over the numbers a little bit later, but right now we're at 94,930. Just saying. NBA star Scottie Pippen is saying, hey, don't fall for the bear trap. They're coming for your Bitcoin. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. And he's not some goofball. He's a wealthy person that understands money. Pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. Because I firmly agree. Scotty, thank you for that. I definitely agree. I absolutely agree. Be mindful of the bear traps. So today, I'm not going to fall for the bear trap. I'm saying I think it's going to go down for good reason. There'll be an overreaction. The market will take a hit, and I'm saying down to like 90. I'm thinking it could go if the market takes a hit, I think it could go down to 90 because people are going to freak. Plus, it's sell on Friday, right? And then when it comes back, it'll come back above 100. Because remember, we have the inauguration coming up, and that's going to definitely have crypto pop off. So I'm trying to put in as much as I can. But my question is, should I sell off, have a little bit extra money, buy back in when the bottom hits? I already have more money to go in, right? I'm thinking about doing that. So we'll see what happens. Then you've got Alex Kruger predicting a potential Bitcoin supercycle. Okay. And he's not wrong. I touched on this, I want to say like 3 weeks ago. I brought up that it could be a supercycle. Right? There was somebody back then that was talking about it. Alex Kruger is a big time economist. And he's saying, yeah, there could be a supercycle. There's like the perfect storm brewing. And it's going to happen after the inauguration. If once they make the announcements on specifics about what they want to do with crypto, and that's seen favorably, that's when you're going to see this. When some of these court cases go away officially, that's when you're going to see this. When you see more ETFs get approved, XRP, Solana, just whatever, that's when you're going to see this. SUI, that's when you're going to see this. Again, perfect storm. Then you have Ira Auerbach. He was the former head of NASDAQ Digital Assets. He's going to be heading up Project Tandem, and it's supposed to be a blend of traditional finance and obviously crypto, but it's also meant to help scale Ethereum. Wow. From NASDAQ, and I'm sitting back, wow, that's going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Something that I found even more interesting than that, major Filipino banks got together and produced PHPX. I know, you don't know what that is. It is a stable coin based or pegged to the Filipino peso. That's not the surprising part. It's built on Hedera Hashgraph. And I'm just like, oh, that is huge. So yeah, I'm expecting Hedera to like take off. Problem is, that's great news for Hedera at a moment where I think the market's going to take a hit. And it's going to take a minute before that message filters out. I'm hoping Hedera takes off and there's more talk about it. Because that's huge. That's like huge. For many reasons. I have a bag of Hedera, I'll tell you that. I have a bag of XRP, I'll tell you that. It's huge because it wasn't XRP. It wasn't XRPL, rather. That's one of the reasons why I'm just sitting back and my jaw's dropping, just like, wow. Yeah. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. Low cost, speed, security, all that stuff. That's why. Hedera Hashgraph has a different way of doing things. So it's very appealing. There are certain things about Hedera Hashgraph that Solana should be looking at and going, damn. Because Hedera Hashgraph could definitely step on Solana. Absolutely. And this right here is big proof. I'm all about it. I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. So let me get my notes out of the way. And like I said, we're expecting the unemployment report at 8:30, the unemployment rate at 8:30, U.S. hourly wages, all that stuff happening earlier today. I'm expecting a hit. I really am expecting a hit. I could be wrong, but I'm expecting a hit. And I'm going to wait to buy in. I have money sitting on the side. I'm going to wait to buy in, but I'm going to buy in. Crypto fear and greed index. Look at that. We were at 69 yesterday. We're all the way down to 50 today. That's a hint. I think we're seeing a major pullback. I think 90 is a good number. And then there's just going to be an explosion upward. I think we could see Bitcoin have an explosion upward of like $20,000. That's right, 110. From that 90 to 110. And once we hit that 110, it'll be insane for it to not hit 120. So I'm just saying, I'm expecting big moves. As we continue looking at the numbers, I'll show you something else. DeFi Llama, we're down to $129 billion. Not bad. As long as we're over 100, I'm not crying. I want to be over 200. That 200 will come back. But I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see what that TVL looks like. Now, when you look at this, you can see right there. We went below that 93,434 for a minute, and we came right back up. I told you, most of the consolidation is happening between 93,434 and 99,655. And we have that resistance right there at about 102,713, right? About right there. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying, yeah, we should be paying attention. I will get rid of this line the next time we blast through it, because the next time we blast through it, it'll be a long time before we revisit. That's all I'm saying. I think once Bitcoin hits above 220, it'll be the rare occasion that we'll dip below 100. Yeah. I think there's going to be that much of a run. That's why Alex Kruger is saying, right now, we're forming the perfect environment for a Bitcoin supercycle. Just saying, I kind of agree with it. I keep trying to poke holes in it, but I keep saying, oh, well, you got this, and what about this, and what about this, and what about this? That's why I'm like, yeah, that's believable. Then you look at the big board, and again, the big board kind of gives me a grand idea about what's going on in the space, and I can kind of pick out things that I'm interested in. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BCH, XRP, Avalanche, SUI, NEAR, Toncoin, BGB, HBAR, Solana, Cardano, of course Cardano, Link, Doge is doing better. SHIB is something I'm going to keep my eye on. Pepe even. Aave, absolutely. Aave, I think, is going to be a sleeper. But all of this information is kind of nice to look at, right? And then I look at the numbers. I look at the year-to-date. Everybody's down on that year-to-date except for this guy. But Ethereum's down year-to-date. Okay. Give it a minute. Ethereum's going to come back. But I'm like, it's a good time to buy. I could be interested in that. So I take these numbers and using the GMB crypto tracker, right? The GMB crypto tracker, just looking at losers, gives me the GMB X factor. But the online version, the standalone version, gives you a lot more information than this. When you look at the top 250 coins, it'll actually tell you what the GMB X factor is for the whole list of 250 coins. That's big, because look at what it tells you. It kind of gives you an idea. You ever notice that when I read these, sometimes I'm giving you the story, right? So look at let's say helium down 3.22%. There's really not much to talk about. There's nobody else that I would be talking about. But helium down 3.22%. It's got a GMBX factor of 8.70. The question is, do I think helium can hit its all-time high during this cycle? Because that's what that GMBX factor means. Can this coin hit its all-time high again? And it's an easy way for me to actually see and make judgment on that data along with everything else. Just saying. Look at the winners. Right now, who's up here winning for me? AI16Z, not shocking. 14.28% that it's up by a GMBX factor of 0.49 because it keeps hitting new highs. It's popular, keeps hitting new highs. And I'm telling you, That one, I think, is definitely going to hit a new high. SUI, do you see that it's now ranked at number 13? It's moved up the list. It's up 10.43%, a GMBX factor of 0.05. Could it take a hit? Sure. But I'm going to buy that whether it takes a hit or not. I'm going to buy SUI. Period. Mantra is up 7.92%, GMBX factor of 0.12. Again, hitting new highs. Phantom is up, just to give you a different kind of perspective. Phantom is up 9.47%. Okay, a GMBX factor of 3.82. Now I sit back and I go, do I think Phantom has a chance of hitting its all-time high, which is $3.46 from 71 cents in this cycle? Possibly. I'm not at a solid no. I'm also not at a solid yes. I'm at possibly. And possibly means I think it's at least going to be a positive move. Aha. So if it's a positive move, do I think, like, what kind of X am I looking at for that positive move? Do I think I can make money from there? Then I can start to judge all of the coins based on the industry that they're serving, just all the other information, plus side by side, how much potential do I think they have? Because that's what the GMBX factor is showing you. It's giving you basically a numeric value for the possibility of upward momentum, just to achieve what it had already proven it can achieve. Right? I'm just saying. So Pudgy Penguins is up 7.39%, GMBX factor of 0.94. SNEC is up 7.22%, GMBX factor of 0.41. All this stuff is a very big deal. Can't believe Hyperliquid is up, because I think there's downward pressure. I think Hyperliquid has the chance of getting hit hard, or harder than other coins when there's a hit. Right now it's still up 6.59%, GMBX factor of 0.61. Something to pay attention to if you're holding on to them. I have nothing negative to say other than I question their centralization and I question their transparency about it. Right? But if they're serving a purpose, they're serving a purpose. It's whether or not you believe in that particular project. For me, I'm not touching it right now. Ordi is up 5.68%, GMBX factor 2.77. XDC is up 5.23%, GMBX factor of 0.98. Now, one of the things that everybody keeps talking about is ISO compliance, ISO 20022 compliance, ISO 20022 compliance. Okay, and I sit back and I go, I don't think that they're ISO compliant officially. I think they are ISO compliant because they follow everything and all that other good stuff. But I also want to ask this other question. Does it freaking matter? Does it matter? Because they're saying, well, ISO 222 is going to be a very big deal when it comes to financial institutions. Look at all of the projects involved with financial institutions that are not ISO 222 compliant. Takes that case, tosses it out the window. Just saying, something for us to pay attention to. Okay? Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Don't forget, I will do a show tonight. It will be on at 8 p.m. Friday Flips. There's going to be a lot to talk about. I'm expecting a lively conversation. A very much lively conversation. All right? I probably won't stay on long, but I'm definitely going to do the show 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget, Sunday at 1 p.m. is our private Big Bagger video conference. It's a private video conference for the big baggers, and we're going to have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about tokenization, technical analysis, and the Big Bagger Index. The Big Bagger Index. That's right. That's right. So if you want to be a big bagger, go to growmybag.tv/sign-up and sign up to be a big bagger. That conversation happens at least once a month, and it's great. It's great. I'm telling you, ask some of the big baggers that are out there. They'll all tell you the same thing. They'll all tell you the same thing. And we've got more stuff coming. Plus, if you're a big bagger, you can expect me to be showing something this weekend. I will give you a sneak peek what we're working on this weekend. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Smash the likes and have a great day. Bye-bye.